Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Also, welcome to the Metal Machine. Sanders, welcome in. Well, the thing is, you also gotta remember, when it comes to slow start, it isn't just your speed that's cut in half. It is your attack that's also cut in half. Also, just switching in and out completely refreshes the thing and completely negates it. So it's kind of one of those things where, kind of broken. Hello there, Zetar. Hello there, Nico Graham. How are you guys doing? So, I actually have a Wingull outbreak. Lemons. Inhale lemon, exhale lime. So I have a Wingull outbreak. Means I want to get the stupid bird. I want to get stupid Rainbird. Because we've already gotten the freaking Pelipper. And I want to get this one done, because this is just an annoying hunt. This is just an annoying one. So my maximum odds I've already gone through, and I've already gotten my my 60 KOs. But yeah, we're just doing it. I'm not spoon-fed, Kayla. I'm not spoon-fed. I survived the Grimace shake. What the freak is that, Jared? You're explaining what that means. You're explaining what in the freak that even means. Cause like that doesn't words. Spoon fed. Yeah, no, you'll grow to dislike Tulin. You will grow to dislike Tulin. And again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. So, you also may have noticed the special event coming up. The Shiny Subathon. Shiny-thon Subathon. Yeah, in about a week and a half. Not a week and a half. In about a week and 3 days. Actually, that's a little bit. That's around a week and a half. We are going to be doing a special Shiny Hunt event where I'm going to be rotating between a couple of games every about hour and a half. And the more shinies we get, the more subscribers we get, the longer the stream is going to go. So, I foresee the results of either excellence and or serious consequences physically. So, it's going to be painful, or it could lead to excellence. So, it's going to be fun, but also a lot of suffering. Which I know you're going to be feeding on, Mudkip. You feed on nothing but suffering. Did it bounce out or not? Dolphin transform the switch back. Out of the back end. Goes back. I don't really think there would be an easy way of programming something like that. But interesting. And the other thing is you can just completely negate abilities with like other forms of things like skill swap or other things like that. It's a bit of a complicated thing. Basically, Shiny Hunt Marathon. Basically, that's what it is. So yeah, so basically the idea is we're going to be starting in Scarlet Violet, then we're going to go to, after Scarlet Violet, you know, for an hour and a half, we're going to go to either Legends or Sword and Shield. Then we're going to go to, if we did Legends, we're going to go to Sword and Shield. If we did Sword and Shield, we're going to go to Legends. Then after that, we're going to go to a little bit of shiny hunting in UMUS. And then back. And then start the cycle again. Welcome back, Go Looper. How you doing? One of the big is making. He needs to work out one more. Yeah, but Morpico's thing reverts at the end of every turn. Morpico's thing changes every single turn. This is again one of the reasons why I kind of don't really go into like the Fakemon ability territory of things. Is that fundamentally they are difficult to make without just making them either kind of identical to abilities we already have or absurdly broken. Finally hunt SOS Spinner. Potentially Mudkip. Potentially. We may potentially hunt Spinner via SOS chains. Potentially. Potentially. But yeah, I got plans. I've got a number of plans for that. So, tell your friends, tell your family that it's going to be going down on the 9th. I mean, also kind of reminds me of another Rad Belly. Yeah, kind of case in point, Radrical Red. It's ROM hack things. Yeah, we've also got our 2 years since streaming anniversary coming up. Yeah, for those who don't know, the channel proper is about 5 years old. Yeah, the channel is kind of old. But we've only been streaming for about 2 years. Well, actually, it's going to be 2 years on the 7th. Hard to believe it all started with Fossil Fighters. Yeah. It doesn't matter what we do. It always just goes back to dinosaurs in the end. Everything just goes back to dinosaurs. Funny is one of my most annoying and infuriating hunts is the Fossil Quest. There's a number of ways for the shiny hunts, though. Yeah, it's just like... Again, if you haven't done so, I highly recommend checking out the Fossil Fighters Champions Let's Play series. One thing I kind of am debating on making before the 5-year anniversary of the channel is actually like my top 10 favorite Let's Plays we've done. I love Fossil Fighter games. I would highly recommend them. They're like Pokemon, but way more complicated. And also less complicated. It's like, Fossil Fighters are in this weird thing of simultaneously, they are more complicated than Pokemon, but also less complicated when it comes to their battling system. It's one... If you watch the Let's Play, you'll understand. But it's fascinating. And it is... And again, we are going to be getting back to finishing Fossil Fighters Frontier. As painful as that game is, I need to finish it. I said it before, I give every game a chance. I give games a chance. Even if I don't like it, I'm going to give it a chance. How do you already not have a competitive shiny Screamtail with your 60 of them army you've assembled? How do you not have a competitive one? I'm calling shenanigans, Omar. I am entirely calling shenanigans. Granable, Embor, and Bufalon. They're honestly great games. I love Fossil Fighters. Fossil Fighters has I mean, beyond being the first game that we actually, like, streamed for the channel, it was also the first, like, Fossil Fighters was also, like, the first thing that, like, really launched the channel into growing well. To this day, the video that is performed the best on the channel for the size of the channel when it aired was the Fossil Fighters analysis, was, like, whether or not it was a Pokemon clone. You know, that is singularly my best performing video in terms of just, like, number of subscribers. And it kind of launched the channel into doing better because it was because that video's success that the algorithm really picked up when I did Fossil Fighters Champions, that series. That series, like, actually, like, played out very well in the algorithm when I was still at college, because... Well, when I went back to college, because those who don't remember, last year, about a year and a half ago, I had to go back to college to finish my last semester, which means that for that, one, stretch of about 4 months, I couldn't stream. And the very real and very paralyzing worry I had was when I went back to school, the channel was just going to straight up die. Because I'm not streaming anymore, I'm not, interacting with the viewers anymore. And the worry was the channel was going to flop at that point, because, again, no more streams. And then it was going to just completely destroy the algorithm. And it was Fossil Fighters Champions that just carried the channel. it needed significant medical treatment after that summer ended, when the summer started, because it was carrying the weight of the channel. So like it's a very special series. For that reason, it is what helped. It is what kept the channel alive. Black told me to harass you for $8. So no, Mudkip. So you're telling me you pay Sly to be a member, and then he says to come here to harass me, and then pay you money to stop harassing me? That makes no sense. Hey, welcome in, Twisted J. Welcome in. How you doing? What were you doing today? How did it go? Come on, stupid Wingo. Just sparkle. I want the stupid bird. I know you're part flying, so you should be boosted by the sandwich. Yeah, sparkle power flying and counter power flying. You should be boosted. Read $8 to Power Wash Simulator DLC. Hard to drop out. Johnny Onions going well. What was the collab? Fall Guys. I have never played Fall Guys. It's one of those games that, like, on principle, I will not play for the channel. But glad you. Hope you had fun. You know, it's kind of funny to say, you know, I won't play Fall Guys on principle. I have, like, semi-tried it. When I said, like, I will give every game a chance. Like, I'm going to give Metroid Other M a chance. I am giving that game a chance. As painful as that's going to have to be, I am giving the damn game a chance. Eventually. When I get around to playing it. I forgot about Fall Guys. It's more so on principle, Twisted J. It's the same reason I don't play Fortnite. It's simply a matter of my principles. That it has a sort of like reputation of like it's a meme to play for the same reason I don't play Among Us. Either just I don't. It's a principles thing. It's not like a one thing. Yeah. Oh, no, I've given Undertale a try. That game is nothing but toxicity for me. There's other reasons for not Undertale. It is that is the name that is to not be spoken on the channel. He who shall not be named. Well, game which shall not be named. It is. I generally like to keep upbeat, quippy, and lighthearted. That is where I have a zero tolerance policy for that game. Much gives the fact that you have $8 for Power Wash Simulator. Anyway, back to torturing myself. Why are you doing Power Wash Simulator, Mudkip? Why? Why Power Wash Simulator? It's still like a silly idea for a game, Power Wash. I mean, I've actually used a power washer. It's pretty neat. But hey, Bat on YouTube, how you do? It's been a while. It indeed has been a while. It is good to see that you weren't given the subscriber purge during the Purge Armageddon we've been having recently. Hope you're doing well. Right now, we're just looking for a Wingo. Little wingy thing. Wingle thingle. It refuses to sparkle. But we will hopefully acquire it by the end of today. Like, if we get nothing else today, I just want the stupid Wingo. Does the name that shall be? No, it's not that. No, we've already mentioned the game which will not be named. And this is the end of that topic. Because I have nothing positive to say about that game. Yeah, no, it does not start with an S. But yeah, as like other games, like I'm a big like Fossil Fighters. Again, if you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend checking out the Fossil Fighters Let's Play. I will not say that I think it's my best work as far as content goes. I think overall, that honor probably belongs to my Black and White 2 Blind Let's Play. But, yeah, Fossil Fighters Champions, It's a game that I definitely wish It's a game that, with the benefit of hindsight, I would go back and there's a few key things I would do differently with it. I would have done a few key things differently with Fossil Fighters Champions. But I'm not going to go and replay the entire game again and upload that, because that just feels cheap. Well, here's the thing, Zetar. It's funny you ask about Shovel Knight. We have done an entire Let's Play saga on the Shovel Knight series. King of Cards, Spectre of Torment, Plague of Shadows, and, of course, Shovel Knight proper. So if you would like to hear my thoughts on that series,
I highly recommend you check out our Let's Play we did.
I gotta get this off promo, and of course, no shame off pro. The game, but it was popular. Yeah, no, it's that. Nice blurb, very nice. What band is the concert for? If you don't mind my asking. Hello, King Braidstar. How are you doing? Hello there, Braidstar. Hope you are doing delightfully well. Hope you are doing the most of delightfuls. Hope it is a good day, Mr. Braidstar. How are you doing? He is a... I've never heard of them. Never heard of them. If it's not like heavy metal or rock, I probably don't know them. So like I would know Sabaton if you said Sabaton, I would know them. I'd know like Def Leppard, AC/DC. Then I don't think Def Leppard. I mean, I don't think AC/DC is like actively touring. I'd know Guns N' Roses. I know Avenged Sevenfold. There's a few I know, but it's like hard rock, heavy metal. That's basically all that I know. American rock band. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, for me, it's like it's specifically the heavy stuff, which is weird because like it's very difficult to classify what kind of music Sabaton is because they're like the styling of the music, as in like the instrumentation arrangement is like more what is known as power metal, but power metal has a certain like lyrical tone, like a sort of like a lyrical topic it is, which their music is not. It's like it's weird. Interesting. It is good, I will say. It is good. Interesting. A bit more metal than rock. I will have to give it a listen. I will give that a check after stream ends tonight. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. Hopefully, if we can get the stupid bird today. Like, I just want the stupid bird. If we get nothing else today, I want it to be the bird. For one singular simple reason. I don't like hunting the stupid bird. The birds are my least favorite thing in the game to shiny hunt just because there's so many of them flying around and it's hard to spot them. Unless it's like significant difference, like say burnt rubber chicken, aka shiny Moltres. But that sticks out. Also, speaking of Moltres, which brings me to VGC Regulation D. I have been experimenting with my new and improved Regulation D team, and I'm liking it. I also think that there is very significant potential for Magnezone in this entire format. I feel like electric types in particular, just with this format, have like a really, really good shot. Way more metal than do you dislike the word? What word? Yeah, I feel like Magnezone's got like a decent shot in this current VGC iteration, because the genies are just insane. But you're not really seeing Landorus too much. I think largely that's because of the Amoongus population. It's because of all the Terra Grass heat ran. Oricorio. Interesting. Magnet. Don't even know the game, but the boss is bad for 3 years. I don't like this game. Fine. Oricorio is interesting, but the only issue Oricorio really has is dependence on, like, dance move Pokemon, and Volcarona isn't too good. If Volcarona was better for this current format, it's just it really struggles with the genies. I feel like Oricorio would definitely be a bit of a power player, because Oricorio, it isn't a great Pokemon, like, generally, but it's one of those things where if you can find the right metagame for it to come in, it can come in and just demolish things. Because it can just piggyback off of something like, again, Quiver Dance, which is insane. Magnezone and VGCs. Well, Magnezone has been good. Magnezone was very good early Scarlet Violet. When, you know, Terrastalize normal extreme killer Dragonite was a thing. You know, the scourge of banded extreme speed Terra normal Dragonite, it was like one of the bulwarks that's helped against that thing. But it kind of fell off as time went on, just because, like, well, people are going to use Earthquake more, like the rise of Garchomp and a bunch of the others. But now Garchomp and a lot of the Earthquake users have started to fall off. Largely, very likely, it's because of the one and only Urshifu. Amusingly, as, like, Ursaluna's, like, Ursaluna fluctuates. Ursaluna's kind of in limbo right now, where it's empirically, Ursaluna is good. However, most teams worth their salt are carrying heavy water, heavy fighting, heavy grass, all things that Ursaluna really does not want to be facing. People are mostly believing that it will dominate the lower ranks because it doesn't move. It doesn't waste on a move like Terra Blast. Is anything gonna move like Terra Blast? Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I don't like on ladder on showdown battles, and I don't like kind of in-game battles as much, because it's best of ones. And there's a whole lot of cheap tricks that work in a best of one, but fundamentally don't work in a best of three. That's one of the reasons why I love the Penn State Discord, because it's like, I can go and I can talk to people who are going to North American Intercontinentals, people who consistently place highly in tournaments. Like, I need some help with a team. Are any of you guys free for a best of three to help improve? And it's like, they do. This is my favorite thing about, like, high-level VGC players. They're nice. It's like, there is never a question too small or too insignificant for them to help with. Because they know what it's like being at the bottom and not really knowing what to do. So they like to help and, like, make it as easy for people by, you know, offering tips when they can. It's like, it's why I love these guys. They're so nice. They're wonderful people. And I did actually ask a couple of them, like, if they would like to come on, like, stream for some things, but they're generally very busy, because, like, they have, you know, they're not just all doing Pokemon, they have you know, jobs aside of that. It was like, they're great people. Someday I will get my revenge garage match with Santino, and I will win. It's like, I love those guys. It's special when I get to go up against them. Like, these are also the guys that, like, the Gastrodon story originates from. I've mentioned the Gastrodon story a couple of times. Like, the famous, infamous story of why I love Freeze Dry. So, what happened was, it was during one of my draft leagues, and this was a draft league from, I think 2 years ago is at this point when it happened. And me and the guy we were going up against, there's been a lot of people who've gifted memberships. And like basically the setup for this is me and the other person I'm going up against. His name is his username is Phonon Mode. And we generally, when it comes to draft leagues, we know the other player is good. So it becomes essentially a war of can we out-jank the other person with, like, we combine, like, hard established good metagame strategies, but the other excels at tearing those apart because we both know what is meta and why it works. So we can work on dismantling that. So again, it becomes a jank war. And it becomes a war of who can out-jank the other the hardest. And in this particular, we trade matches. Like, he will win some matches, I will win some, and it just goes back and forth. And in this particular case, he knew I had Gastrodon. And I knew that he knew that I knew his team was very heavy water-based. So he needed to get rid of Gastrodon. And I knew he had Lapras, which is freeze-dry. So I was like, freeze-dry Lapras against my Gastrodon. There is an item that will reduce super effective ice damage onto a Pokemon, the Yacht Berry. I did not know if the Yacht Berry would actually work, and he used Freeze Dry on the Gastrodon. From the Lapras used Freeze Dry onto the Gastrodon to try to one-shot it. Gastrodon survived because of the Yacht Berry, and that opened up the gateway to win because I had Metagross. And so long as Gastrodon was in play, Metagross was completely safe. And it was just, nope, it let me survive another turn. Brick Break shattered his G-Max Resonance light screens. And then it was just game. And it was just the entire, like, server that was watching. Because there's the draft league portion, like, people come out and they watch the matches live. Everyone was just, like, completely losing it over that. Because none of them thought that would work, and, like, none of them realized you could do that. Like, it is extremely situational. You would never do that on any Pokemon ever in, like, actual competitive. But in this specific instance, I knew it was going to be Pack and Freeze Dry. And it worked. And it was just, this is why I love Gastrodon. It's like, that story. Hey, nice! And Dragonair. I feel like Cloth had a lot of VGC viability before they added in the paradoxes. Because back then you could do, like, Sash, Anger Shell, and then just, like, have it go run through some stuff with there. But now it's like, there's just too much power. You have Urshifu, which would bypass Sash. You've got, you know, I believe, and then Haze Murkrow was kind of always an enemy for it. Because Haze Murkrow was to eliminate Anger Shell. I mean, Haze Murkrow kind of obsoletes a lot of setup boosters, which is one of the reasons why I really love it. But it's a little scary. But also it's hard. It's kind of hard to run Murkrow in, you know, Thundurus when Thundurus kind of is a thing. Also, kind of Regieleki, but like also not. Hey, Ace Trainer Alec. One of the mods go grab Ace Trainer Al's link. How you doing, buddy? How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Hope you doing good. But yeah, I won't act like this present VGC iteration is my favorite. It's definitely by a significant margin not my favorite VGC format we've had in a while. But I don't dislike it. It's not gonna beat VGC Series 3 through 7 for Sword and Shield. Like, I don't think anything's gonna beat Series 1 through 7 for Sword and Shield for me. Not for a while, at least. Unless we get, like... Unless we get a VGC series where it's, like, no Terrastalize, none of this, like, nonsense, super mechanic things, I don't think anything is gonna top, like, Series 3 through 7 for me. But I have been enjoying Regulation D. The hunt is hunting. I'm not hunting female Sprigatito shiny, Mudkip. I have seen the suffering that Sly's gone through with it. I have no desire for that. I have no desire to follow Boom Sly Man Guy into the abyss of nonsense. I got 2 minutes left. Well, about a minute and a half left. Yeah, where'd you get that? No, I'm not. I'm fairly, we already lost one shiny Screamtail. I'm not hunting more of them. I'm not hunting more Screamtail shinies. We already have 2. We already got 2 of them. I'm not hunting for 3-segmented Unspars. Okay. During the shiny subathon, I will set up a goal. If we hit the goal during the shiny subathon, I will hunt for shiny dead Unsparse 3-segment. But only if we hit it during that event or with a certain time after. 100 shiny spin rate from Mudkip. No! No Mudkip. No shiny Mudkip hunt for 100 of them. We only need one for the living. We only need the ones for the living DEX. The furthest I go is 3-segment dead Unsparse. Well, no shiny. Sandwich has expired. Do a little bit of reset. Hunt 2 identical spins. What game can you even hunt for shiny Spinda in? Because, like, you can't hunt it in the modern games. You can't hunt it in Sword and Shield. You can't hunt it in... I guess you can hunt it in BDSP? The Spinda's gotta be in BDSP, right? It's like Smeargle's in BDSP, right? The one lady who was hunting 3 gender dungeons and took down spots and 3 segments and 3 segments took 120 times. I mean, again, there's a reason I'm not gonna be hunting for it. Is like it's shiny 3-segment done Unsparse is an insane hunt. I respect the people who do it, but they are freaking crazy. They are absolute basket cases. Tomato, onion, green bell pepper, prosciutto, salty. It is in BDSP. Not gonna be fun hunting BDSP. Yeah, I'm not hunting 2 identical ones. I'm not hunting 2 identical ones. Like, I'm already hunting for a 0 speed IV or 1 speed IV Enamorous. So it's like that's gonna literally require playing through the entirety of Legends multiple times, might I add. Being a hero, the clip Lizardo being What's the Lizardo? Watching what is Lizardo? You need to translate out. Lizalfos? Silazar? What game? What game? Lizalfos. Okay. Lizalfos. The lizard. Lizard? Wait. What clip? Can you send me the clips? I don't... Lizalfos? I don't remember a Lizalfos being thrown at me. You mean the Bokoblin being thrown at me? I don't remember the clip, Al. I don't remember this. There's Al, buddy. There's a lot of clips of my stupidity in the game. It doesn't narrow it down. There's a lot of stupidity in the game. It doesn't narrow it. Do you have any idea how precisely little that narrows it down? One of my favorite quotes from Batman Beyond is that entire quote by, like, the main first bad guy. If you guys haven't, I encourage you to watch the DC animated universe. If you want actually good incarnations of, like, all of DC's iconic heroes, like, you know, Batman and Superman, just watch the DCAU. There, you will thank me. They are absolutely done. Exactly, Mudkip. You have any idea how little that narrows it down? It's like, yeah, it's so good. That quote is so good. Like, Batman Beyond goes so hard on, like, actually being funny while also being, like, kind of, like, ridiculously dark. The thing that is, like, my favorite part about Batman Beyond isn't even, like, the villains. Isn't even, like, Terry McGinnis Batman. It's that they absolutely nailed the stupidity that is, like, phrases people come up with in the modern, like, days. Like, that's one of my favorite things, like, all those stupid slang terms the characters say. It's like, yeah, it sounds stupid, and that's kind of how we talk these days. Like, yes! It's very clever writing. You know, again, clever writing and DC don't exactly go together these days, but like DCAU, that stuff went hard. DCAU went hard. There's a very good reason, despite being 3 decades old, the DCAU was still influencing modern, like, animated and video game DC adaptations. They were using the DCAU VA cast for, like, all the DC games. Like, Arkham City. I think Injustice. Multiverses has the DCAU VA cast. It's like, to state how influential it was cannot be overstated. Live action never goes into humanity. It doesn't. Like, it's one of the reasons why I say that superhero movies really shouldn't be a thing. That you can't really condense down as many years of comics as a lot of these characters have had into, like, a single movie. Now, that's not that there have been, you know, that they're all bad. Like, no, there have been fantastic adaptations of, you know, superhero stuff into movies. You know, Spider-Man 2. Most of the X-Men movies, I think, are pretty bang-on, really damn good. But you can't really carry in the same level of gravitas that a lot of the comics have, that, like, TV shows can carry that far better. Because you can do more of the storylines, you can do more with the characters. It's like, you know, Marvel. They will have one movie for a character maybe every year or so, if that. So it's like, you don't really get that same, like, sheer amount of follow-up. But that's one of the reasons I love the way the DCAU handled the Justice League. Every single one of the Justice League that show's episodes, they're always 2 or 3 parts. I believe, I know the series premiere and the series finale and the second season finale, I know all of those were 3 parts, but everything else I know was, like, at the very least 2 parts. And then you go to, you know, Justice League Unlimited, where it's, like, everything is just episodic aside from, like, the final 4 episodes. Moist. Not only that, but when you get the main stories, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. More or less. Like, Marvel did it very well. Like, Marvel did it almost, like, episodically. Marvel did it very, very well. But you can't do the same level of, but even then, Marvel still made a number of missteps when it came to a lot of its, you know, the handling of some of the characters. They had to, you know, trim out a lot of stuff. And then they just, like, butchered all this wholesale. Like, you know, I don't dislike Thor 2, The Dark World, but Malekith was not handled well. I like Iron Man 2, but they could have done a lot more with Justin Hammer, a lot more with Mickey Rourke's character, Whiplash. Like, they compressed, I think, with, like, 3 or 4 different villains into Whiplash. Because, like, that they have to do that level of compressing. Yeah, Thor Love and Thunder was not well done. I mean, I think the reason that hurts me is, like, Christian Bale is great. I've seen a lot of great stuff with Christian Bale in it. And they just wasted the boy. He's so good, but it's like, no. Wasted. Into live action. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, that's where, like, Loki was, like, a big outlier. Like, Loki's great. Loki recurs, and recurs in a way that makes sense. And, again, it's one of the reasons why, like, TV shows, I think TV shows are a much better way of doing things. Because you can get the episodic nature, you can get the recursion, and, you know, you don't get the same level, you know, giant high budget, and, you know, same level of, like, you know, returns, but it's a much more faithful way of adapting things. That's why, I mean, that's why, like, I'm an animation, you know, I will stand animation for things. I think animated adaptations are generally going to be better than the live-action ones for things like superhero movies and stuff. Which is weird, because, like, it's kind of the opposite when it comes to Godzilla. Like, I don't really think you could do an animated movie of Godzilla well. Like, I mean, I know they have done the animated Godzilla movies not well historically. But it's like, one of the things that makes those movies is the sense of size, the sense of scope and scale. And when you just purely animate that, I don't think you could get, like, that same level of scope and power. Spider-Man the Animated Series was also great, but Spectacular Spider-Man was also, like, chef's kiss. Love that series. They could do well. Do them well as yours. Yeah, like, I think that they could do it well, but I don't think it would be as consistently doable well as you can with the movies, you know, with live action and you know, the way that they are. Again, that could just be me being me. I have still yet to watch Godzilla Singular Point. The thing is, I didn't dislike the animated Godzilla series. It was a follow-up to the American movie in 1996 or so, 1998. I actually didn't hate that series. I fondly remember that series, I will say, and I've actually gone and, like, rewatched it a few years ago. I was like, yeah, I still enjoy it. Is it great? No, but I enjoy it. And again, I still haven't watched Godzilla Singular Point yet. I also still have to watch that Pacific Rim TV show. I haven't heard much about it, but it's like, I kind of want to watch it at some point. Just for reasons. Just pure curiosity at that point. Still found it funny when they had the huge monster in New York and didn't know where it was a lot of time. I mean, to be fair, that kind of makes sense. Because they did explain the, like, Godzilla tunnels. So it's like, you're not really gonna have subsurface detection systems wired up to track it. You're not gonna have, you know, this Godzilla Tracker Software 9000 when you literally didn't even know this thing existed until recently. Fire was pretty good, but character. A pretty unlikable character. Interesting. If the unlikable character is the main character, that wouldn't surprise me. I'm generally not a fan of most main characters in more recent, like, more modern TV shows. I tend to hate the main character in a lot of series. Like, Ezra in Star Wars Rebels. I do not like Ezra. I love the rest of the cast. I just can't stand Ezra. Legend of Korra. Like all the characters. I don't care for Korra. I just find it too abrasive. What's another series that what's another series I like? Like, I don't like I like this everywhere else, but I don't like the main character. I get, like, Stone Ocean for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Like, I don't really care much for Jolene, but I like the rest of the characters. See, I like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Aang is good. When I mean, like, more recent shows, I mean, like, things within the last, like, 10 years. I've noticed I've been slowly disliking more and more, like, singular main character, like, center focus characters for a series, is as time's gone on. I don't know why, it's weird. But if it's like, say, like, The Bad Batch, where, like, the protagonist is, like, a specific group, and there's no, like, singular most important one of them, like, no singular main character among them, it's like, I like all of them. But, you know, if there's, like, a singular specific main character, generally, hey, that dude, how you doing? Pacific Rim 2 is an awful sequel. Yeah, I, on principle, will not watch Pacific Rim Uprising. I will never watch that movie. Like, unless we get, like, 10k subs by the end of this year, I will not watch that movie. I have heard nothing but negative things about it. And when you know the passion project that the original Pacific Rim was, like, I love Pacific Rim. Where the hell's my DVD? Where's my DVD for it? Here it is. I got the frickin', like, holographic Blu-ray Pacific Rim DVD. I love this movie. I love this movie. And it's like, when you know the level of passion project that movie was for Guillermo del Toro. The man was working 18-hour days, 7 days a week on that movie. He did it because he loves making monster movies. And then you just see the fracas that the second one turned into. It's like, no. No. Because, like, one of the things that really made Pacific Rim work is that, like, it's gritty. It's, you see the characters. Everything feels purposeful. You know, it's like, one detail that I love, that I think it was Cinema Wins pointed out to me for the first time, is that whenever you see the Jaegers, whenever you see the kaiju, there is always something in frame to give you, like, the sense of scale for how big they are. You know, whether it's, you know, the first fight where Gypsy Danger's holding, you know, the little fishing boat in its hand as, you know, it's just punching Knifehead. Or when Gypsy Danger is fighting Leatherback on the docks, and it picks up the freaking shipping crates to use as brass knuckles. Or you just when Strike Eureka's fighting Mutavor, you know, in Sydney. So, like, you see it right next to the anti-kaiju wall, and then you see, like, people on balconies eye level with them as they're fighting. It's like, you always have these little things to give a sense of scale. And, like, you just don't get that. I mean, the other thing was the tone. Like, the tone of the first Pacific Rim is, like, it's dour. It's, this is the end of the world, and we are slowly just trying to stop the end of the world from the kaiju. And then, you know, they just, like, bright colors, go full Power Rangers mode with Pacific Rim Uprising. It's like, it doesn't work. The tone is what made the first movie. Because it's a legitimately good movie. If you look past, like, oh yeah, all the CGI, it's actually a very good, very compelling story. It just told through the lens of Giant Kaiju Punch Fest. I will say, I have nothing to issue with not able to see some of the kaijus in the max. You understand that it was to hide bad CGI. But the goals, Uloz's, Maydress is gonna be funny. I try. I have no idea what the Grimace Shake is. I don't know what that is, and I honestly probably don't want to know what it is. All things considered. But yeah, it's like, I love my kaiju movies. I love my kaiju films. They are very personally important to me. Honestly, like, you guys may not see it that often, but, like, You can just barely see it in frame. But, like, right here is my nightstand. And inside of the nightstand is all of my drawings and all of my stories that I have written about, like, my own personal kaiju. And, like, I have my own, like, stories that I've been writing passively for the last couple of years. And it's like, I love kaiju. I like writing stories. And he's, like, slowly been working on those as time progressed. And it was, I have an entire just drawer full of drawings. Drink them afterwards. Hello, Shadow Wolfman. So it's just like, I take my kaiju stuff very seriously. It is very personally important to me. So it's like, it's why I will never watch Pacific Rim Uprising. That movie is an insult to everything that the original movie stood for. Because, like, if there is one person making movies who understands what goes into making a monster movie, it's Guillermo del Toro. He is the master of monsters for a reason, because he understands how to give them a personality. You know, he understands how to not make a monster just a big, giant, dinosaur-looking thing that you blow up with a missile. He knows how to give it a personality, how to make it a protagonist, how to make it an antagonist, how to, like, make it something more than just big, building-destroying thingy. Cool. Like, it's a legitimate talent. Like, he fundamentally understands how to make a monster a character in a way that no one else really does. And it's because he is so passionate about what he does. You know, it's like, if you can, watch, like, the making of Pacific Rim and, like, all the stuff that he did on his own with it. Exactly, again, that's the other reason why, like, Pacific Rim, like, 2 never succeeded, is the movements are, like, they're slower, they're deliberate, every single thing happening makes sense. You feel weight. Like, when they step, the screen shakes. When, like, they pick up something, but also, like, another detail that I actually really like. And one of those rewatch bonuses, when you've got Gypsy Danger versus Otachi in, I think it's Hong Kong is where that fight takes place. You'll notice Gypsy Danger steps over an overpass. In any other movie, in any other series, it would have just walked straight through and broken the overpass, you know, just like, oh yeah, I see it broke the thing. Like, no. They specifically avoided it because the Jaegers are there to protect people and keep people safe, to prevent the kaiju from destroying the city. They're going to need the overpasses and, like, the roads functional, like, to get people out, to start rebuilding. It's like, it's little details like that that just make Pacific Rim. It's like, oh yeah, no. We're gonna go all out with just, like, gravity medieval flail that just pulls an entire half of a city apart. It's like, what is this bullshit? I think that we're doing battle streams every, like, other week. We're kind of like... The thing is, people don't really come out to the battle streams. And it kind of just feels like it's going in circles at times. But yeah, it's like, Pacific Rim was, like, it's a very special movie in that it's, like, it's one of those things that I think you're only gonna get, like, once in a lifetime. Like, the way it was done. So that's why I know most people don't like the 2014 American Godzilla. I love it. I probably think it's one of my favorite movies. Because I appreciate the original. You know, if you've seen the original Godzilla, you know Godzilla doesn't appear in it that often. Like, the whole point of what it is that it's a horror movie. You're not there to watch and cheer as Godzilla rips a building to pieces. Like, no, you're there to be horrified. It's like, its purpose, and like that's I think is a loss on a lot of people. Pacific Rim was a fantastic movie. Pacific Rim Uprising, no, the second one was bad. For me, it's like what the purpose was, and it's like the purpose was lost with the second one. It's kind of why I don't really care for the second Avatar movie, The Way of Water. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of the first Avatar. You know, the blue people avatar. But I can appreciate, like, I mean, when I saw it, I was, like, 10. Like, 10 or 11. I could not, like, appreciate the movie when I first saw it. And I still kind of don't really care too much for it, but, like, I can appreciate what it is now. Is a movie I will go and rewatch on Younger with personal enjoyment? Hell no. But I can appreciate it. Second one is, like, it feels like the same stuff just again, and kind of, like, the soul stripped out, because, like, the same stuff again. But I also, I'm not much of a movie guy. Like, I watch Alien movies, I watch the Alien movies, I watch the Predator movies, I only watch the first 2 Terminator movies, the other ones don't exist. I watch Godzilla, and, like, that's it. I'm still surprised there has not been a God of War movie made. Because, like, I feel like that would be a perfect candidate for a movie. Because, like, you got Dave Bautista. Like, Dave Bautista would be a perfect Kratos. And it's like, yeah, no, I could see it. I could see it. Do I know much about God of War? Hell no. All I know is Kratos is, like, angry man guy. Wait, there is a God of War movie? No, there's no way there's actually a God of War movie. Really? I would like to see that. I really don't think another Pokemon movie would make sense. Like, I feel the best way of doing Pokemon movies would be for as not much of a fan as I was of, like, Detective Pikachu. I think stories like that are the best way of doing Pokemon movies. Because with, like, you can't really make the Pokemon games proper into a movie. They're just too much. Like, 8 gyms, the Elite Four, rival battles, Team Rocket, or whatever the villainous team of the whatever respective region is they're just too much. And you couldn't fit everything in. Like, maybe it's like, okay, first movie, like, you split up, like, 2 or 3 parts. Like, okay, first movie is, like, the first few gyms, and then, like, Team Rocket. Then the second one is, like, okay, you beat Team Rocket, the rest of the gyms, and then the Elite Four. Like, I don't really foresee a way for it to really be done in a way that doesn't feel, like, bloated or repetitive. I could see The Rock as I could see The Rock as Kratos. It's like Kratos could be, like, either Batista or The Rock. I could see it. I could see that. I mean, the thing is, we know that The Rock can play Hercules, so I could see him as Kratos. I could see that. I could see it. But the thing is, they gotta get if Thanatos is in it, they gotta get Josh Brolin to play either Thanatos or Hades. Current Kratos, VA could play him live action. Yeah, that is true. That'd be interesting. That would be interesting to see. That would be an interesting thing to see. Boy, like, I love they had to recast Kratos, his VA in the game, because they were doing mocap. I love, like, they had to recast the guy for that reason. But the VGC Nationals are crazy. What's going on right now? What's going on right now at the Nationals? I'm running to check in with Santino and Steve to see if, like, any of them were on live stream. Like, if you see a guy named Santino Turquino in, like, the stream, let me know, because that's my friend Santino. That's the guy from the Penn State Club. And I want to watch him. Atria, it's probably. I think you had it right. I think, yeah, you had it the second time. Atreus. I'm pretty sure that's the way it's spelled. Boy. Hey, Lakeside, how you doing? I'm doing well. Annoyed at stupid bird that isn't sparkling. The most annoying bird in the world, but how you doing? Also, a new sandwich is gonna need to be up soon. We are talking about video game movies, I guess, right now. And also Pokemon Nationals that's going on right now, VGC Nationals. I kind of forgot that that was going on. John Cena. Oh, John Cena's great, but I don't think he could play Kratos. John Cena's good for like comedy roles. I don't think he could. I don't think like seriousness he could pull off with Kratos. No, I will always hate Talonlame more, because the thing is, Talonlame is just bad. At the very least, Wingull is bad, but it's not a fully evolved Pokemon. So it's like you can't hate it for not being good when it isn't even my final form. This isn't even my final form yet. Nah, Talonlame's just bad. It's just Talonlame's bad. Talonlame. There's the Lost Woods, and I have no idea how to navigate through it. Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild? Because depending on which game, it's very different. You're gonna need the context. Murkrow is probably getting removed from the team soon, but tentatively it is still on the team. TTK. Yeah, no, you can't go through the Lost Woods. The Lost Woods is not how you get into the Korok Forest. The ranked battles. I like my stab foul play. In a world where Urshifu is terastallizing into water, I like my stab of Violite foul plays. They do a lot of damage. It also does a frickin' heckin' lot of damage to Durgaronite. You know, Extreme Killer Banded Terranormal Dragonite. It kind of laughs at them. Something Talonlame can't do. It can't laugh at Dragonite. It just dies to it. Also, Quash is legitimately one of my favorite moves. Quash is just fun. Like, I prefer the pure support. I says you're bigger than him. Well, Mudkip, we all know that's false. At the very... Here's the thing. See, he might say I'm a boomer, but here's the thing. He throws bomb barrels, and I don't know how to use them, so he gets bigger kaboomed on. Bird power, Quash. Quash is fun. Quash has won me a number of practice matches. Because, like, yeah, you can set up Tailwind with your Tornadus. Okay, Quash, you now always move last. As long as you're not using a priority move, you are moving last. I have used that so many times to destroy opposing Fluttermanes. Like, it is an invaluable move. Hello there, Kidman, how you doing? But yeah, I'm thinking, honestly, for my next team I'm probably going to be bringing in a Magnezone team, because it's just, you're not seeing a whole lot of Sandsear Storm from Blandurus. And I feel like it bulks out an Amorous. It freaking bodies Tornadus. Because, like, there's the bulk blunder policy. No blunder policy. It'll be bulky Magnezone. It'll be bulky Zone Patrol. Blunder policy, babe. I don't know what I'm going to put on the Magnezone, but I have a few tentative ideas. So you're running half Trick Room with Glindsnarl, Ursaluna, Amoonguss, Urshifu, Arcanine. Interesting. Air Balloon is not good in a best of 3 format. In a best of 3, it's very bad, especially when like Fake Out is all over the place. Firestar. I forgot I did the Firestar base last. Easiest base. Easiest base. Based. Yeah, I don't really know what I'd be running on my Magnezone. It's a... I feel like Assault Vest could be a play for it. Because, like, the only bad stat that it has is it doesn't have very good special defense. But I mean, I could just reshift up with a high HP. I wanted to clap them in last. Nice. Clapped. Get clapped. Magman, 11 Earthquake. Well, here's the thing. Earthquake's not really common. That's the thing. Ursaluna is the closest you get to that, and Ursaluna is kind of niche. Ursaluna's falling every day. It's not doing too hot lately. I mean, again, the main reason for that is it comes down to all of the Urshifu. Like, Urshifu is the perfect answer to Ursaluna. Normal type, ground type. Weak to stab fighting, weak to stab ground. I'm pretty sure Ursaluna can actually survive a, at the minute, it can survive a Jolly 252 rapid Surging Strikes. Lele Revavroom and the Firestar card. Couldn't be taken to a Pokemon. So what you're saying, Mudkip, is you used Exodia Obliterate. Really? What is the specs you what was the specifications you had on your Ursaluna? Cause like I've been using my Urshifu and there's been times where it has survived. I think it survived anyway. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it like terrestrialized into something different and that's why it survived it. But yeah, but it's like it just gets deleted. Oh right. Again. They have such similar names. Oh, so you were using, like, Adamant Urshifu? I feel like with Life Orb it kills. With Life Orb it would probably kill, but I like my Focus Sash in a world where Flutter Mane exists. Also, Terra Grass, Melty Face, Heatran. I don't think you want to use Timid. I don't think Timid Urshifu is a good thing, because that's minus attack up speed. That is actively hindering you. I have still got no idea what Terra type I'm even wanting to run on my Urshifu, because, like, I kind of want to run Electric so I don't get Thunder Waved. Okay, I was going to say, if you were running Timid Urshifu Lakeside, I was going to hunt you down and just hammer time. Because that is a blunder. Run Terra Grass on my... Interesting. I assume it's Terra Grass because it's now resistant to Electric and Grass. So what are the moves you run on it? Because I've been running Protect, Surging Strikes, Close Combat, and Ice Punch. But I feel like I probably should, like, ditch Ice Punch. Because Ice Punch just isn't pulling weight. It's not really doing that much damage. I mean, Detect, Protect are the same thing. Functionally, they are identical. The only difference really is, like, Imprison can't lock out Detect as easily. But it's the same general thing. A protecting move, and then them. The link to the Magnezone sent. He's like, I still don't know how I want to build my Urshifu. Because it's like... It feels weird not having Terra Blast on it, but also you're... But like, I'm not really using Ice Punch that much. It doesn't... Because, like, I'm just destroying Blandurus anyway with Surging Strikes. And Blandurus isn't really showing off that much. It's not going to take down Amoonguss. Amagamagoomgus. Oh, the Aqua Jet, and that's interesting. See, that's one of the reasons why I use Quash on my Murkrow is like, yeah, no, I don't need to priority move. I can have coverage. See, I run Sash. Because, for Flutter Mane reasons. Does Mystic Water Aqua Jet one-shot Flutter Mane? I prefer the Sash. Like, it means that, sure, you can Dazzling Gleam me with whatever you have. I still slap you with Surging Strikes. I might be at 1 health, but 1 health is all I need to kill you. Or to quote a Sabaton song poster, like title cover, we are not dead yet. 1 health is all I need to decapitate you with my punchy punch. That's by Urshifu AV. AV Urshifu? AV? Why Assault Vest? You still lose to Flutter Mane. I don't think Urshifu even learns Reversal. Does it learn Reversal? I feel like I don't know. I feel like Reversal is too risky of a thing with like Focus. With the thing going on 1 HP. Get Reverse. Get Reverse Uno card, bro. Get Reverse Uno card. Yeah, Reversal's a fun move. Is it good? No. But it's fun. Because I prefer my Focus Sash. And I prefer being able to use Protect. So I'll play it running Urshifu. Why? It's max speed and attack. That's fine for Urshifu. I think that, I mean, I'm running Sash Urshifu, so it doesn't matter. Bulk basically is inconsequential on a Sash Urshifu. But I feel it depends on what your set is specifically. Like, if you're not running Sash, I think you might want to do some calcs for that. But I know you're not living Flutter Mane. Like, Flutter Mane will delete you regardless. What is with your obsession with the blunder policy, that dude? You have an unhealthy obsession with that item. Yeah, I think you want speed. Because you're gonna get outsped by other Urshifu. Unless you're running a team where it's like Trick Room or you're having like Tailwind support, I feel like you might want a speed investment there. That item is bad. The item is not hit or miss. It is just straight up bad. That item is an insult to good items. It physically hurts me that that thing exists and is bad. It causes me legitimate physical anguish. Ursaluna's max HP or food. Oh, okay. Ursaluna, okay. When they have the two names are the same, it's so hard to keep straight which one's which. I read Ursaluna as Urshifu. Yes, I would. I would trust you with an Ultra Necrozma with no Ultra Necrozmium Z, Mudkip. That is the only Ultra Necrozma I would trust you with. Love you too, buddy. Love you too. Nope, not rude. Sensible. It's sensible. Not rude. Speaking of rude, this stupid bird won't appear. Wingull, stop being a shoe. Or I'll turn you into one. I've never actually used any of the Necrozma forms in any meaningful capacity, so I can't really make a statement. I did want to use Dusk Necrozma, Duskmane Necrozma, for the Elite Battle League. However, fused Pokemon are banned, so I can't use Ultra Necrozma. I can't use Duskmane Necrozma. Because, like, I had a plan for Duskmane Necrozma. It was like, I get Dragon Dance, I can survive Zacian, and I have my Steel move that will one-shot that thing no matter what. And now it's banned. No! Much sad. Sad boy moment. Sad boys moment. Also, I smell blood. I smell blood. I don't like that. That worries me. Well, I don't have a nosebleed then. Okay, that's... Okay, I don't have a nosebleed. I periodically get nosebleeds, and it's sort of like a become base habit. If I smell blood, it's like, oh, I might have a nosebleed. Maxes goes to Worlds and loses to Wocham. Okay, first of all, there are two parts of that statement that are never going to happen. I'm never going to get to Worlds. I am never going to get to Worlds. I wish I could get to Worlds. I wish someday I would get to Worlds. Like, maybe someday I have a slim... Maybe someday, if I train real hard and I study under the great master Santino Sensei themselves, maybe I'll have a shot. Maybe. But until that day, until I go through my Rocky style training montage, it is merely a dream. It is merely a dream. Hey! He's the highest rated player to ever kick my ass. Alright? I respect it. I almost beat him, by the way. If I hadn't forgotten that Cursed Body exists, I would have beaten him. Would have won. Which is why I have a vendetta against Gengar. Granted, it was more so the Nightmare that was a Moongus. That was the problem, which is funny, because I was like, no, I'm actually using a Moongus now myself. Like, no. I have turned my greatest fear into my greatest weapon. Because it was like... Because here was the setup. It was my Shell Smash Cloyster was in against his Gengar, which was sad, which I believe his Gengar was scarfed. And it was single battle. And it was like, I forgot that curse, because this was me coming fresh off of the Kaiju lock in Heart Gold Soul Silver where I had the Gengar. So like I was used to levitate Gengar. And it was like, okay, I'm worried about the Gengar being sashed. So I used Icicle Spear. So like, okay, that way it gets around the sash. Forgetting Cursed Body exists, and that Cursed Body has an independent chance of proccing for every hit. And I think it hit Gengar twice. Disabled Icicle Spear. Amoonguss came in, and Cloyster, the Shell Razor, could do nothing against the Suspicious Mushroom. And then it was sadness. Because, like, that Cloyster ripped his entire team other than that to pieces. It took out his Tyranitar like it was nothing. It took out Nidoking. It took out... I don't know, like, it took out Sableye. It just took out everything. Terrifying. Gets left hit. You're not going to use that. Hello there, Bob Dole. Hello there, Mr. Dolebobs. We were talking about you, like, last stream. How are you doing, buddy? I don't miss Levitate Gengar, because it just gave that thing even more insane immunities. But I also despise Cursed Body. It's like, that for me was my darkest day of competitive Pokemon. When you don't care about Gen 1 so much, you forget about the Gengar losing Levitate. Goes a topic. Shenanigans is what the topic was, Bob Dole. The topic was shenanigans. Also, yeah, Bob Dole, when I was cleaning out my my gaming shelf, because what I did was I organized all of my games into my game case. So, you know, I have, like, all my games sorted now. I found the invite to your Eagle Scout ceremony. I had that just wedged in between two games. I don't know how long it's been there. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. That was the day I accidentally drove my dad's car into the side of my grandma's house. The Eagle Scout invite? Yeah, I guess I knew that. Yeah, like, that entire day has been seared into my brain. So, yeah, it was the same day. I was a complete wreck that day. So, okay, so the context was, I was just starting to learn how to drive. Like, I had not been driving all that much. I'd been driving for maybe a couple of months. And, oh my gosh, there's... Right as we're talking about the dramatic backstory of the car accident, I found the shiny Wingull! This is saved for later. Okay, so what happened? This is like the fourth time a traumatic recounting has led to a shiny. Okay, this is not the first time this has happened, Lakeside. And again, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. So, what happened was I was driving to my grandmother's house. My dad was, like, you know, helping me get better at driving. I think I still had my permit at the time. I did not have my license yet. Maybe I did have my license, maybe I had my permit. I don't remember exactly. But I was driving my dad's car. And we pulled into my grandmother's driveway. Just like slightly offset from the garage. And I stepped on the pedal to, you know, put the car on brake. Except I accidentally stepped on the gas pedal instead of the brake pedal. Side of the house. Car. Enough said. Yeah, it was just like a complete mental breakdown when that happened. So it was like, yeah, I never told you about that. I don't think I told you it was the same day. And the reason I remember that, hey, Zero Tech, I beat Shiny Wiggle! Except I'm not using it for competitive. I already have the freaking bird. How much damage was done? That's not much. It just like clipped the side of it. Cause there's like a pillar thingy that my grandmother has. Like there's a little like overhang thing. There's a pillar that like she hangs flowers on. So like the pillar got damaged cosmetically. That there was no damage really to the house. And it started. Yeah, it was the same day. It was the same day because like my grandmother was like the one consoling me, saying like, you know, it's okay, you'll calm. Like I was legitimately in shock when it happened. Like it was my grandma like calming me down. It was like, you know, you got, because my worry was like, oh no, what's gonna happen? We're not gonna be able to go to the thing because like the car's, you know, not able to go. We can't go to the thing. And it was like, it was a no, yeah, but it was an eventful thing. And I remember because my dad had to drive my uncle's smoke-smelling car. My uncle smoked back at the time, like, when this happened. He still used to smoke very heavily. So, the car just smelled like smoke. Which was not pleasant. But also, I don't think I drove a car after that for probably a good half a year. Maybe almost a year. I just did not drive. Because it was like, I was just too worried. I had my license by then. No, now I did have my license back then. Because it was just, I was just too worried about, like, it crashing another car. Yeah, that was a thing that happened. That was a thing that happened. Again, shinies. The shinies come out for trauma. The shinies come out for the trauma. Saying is, yep, exactly. Grandma's house 1, car 0. Exactly. Like, I look back on it and, like, I don't necessarily laugh, but, like, it's one of those things that I can look back on and think, like, yeah, young Maxis wasn't, like, I mean, I routinely think young Maxis was an idiot. Like, if I could travel back in time, I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm not saying I would throat punch younger Maxis, but I'm also not saying I wouldn't, because he was an idiot, and he deserves it. Also, I don't know if you can pick it up, but there's fireworks going on, because it is Canada Day. Or, as my favorite U.S. history teacher used to do, anytime Canada would come up and he was talking about U.S., like he was just talking about like his U.S. stuff, he would always just start singing, "Oh Canada," and it was just like the greatest thing. Just, "Oh Canada," and it was just. There are a few teachers I have like fond memories of from high school. He was one of them, just because like he just did not give a flying fuck about anything. He was hilarious. Grandma's house disappeared to the Grandma's house beat up the car. Grandma's house beat the car up. Exactly. Like it did. That did give me an aversion to driving for a while. You know, I I refused to drive. I refused to sit in the front seat of the car for months after that. It's why to this day, like, I still habitually, like, go to the back seat of the car. Just because so long I'm just, I don't want to sit in the front seat. I don't want to get, like, flash. It legitimately traumatized me. Now, it was worse than, you know, needed to be. It was a lot of it was, like, psychological. It was like, I don't want it to happen again. I don't trust myself to drive. But, yeah, eventually I got over it. Oh, I know you're going to remember this, Mudkip. I don't think it's ever going to replace the fish. But, yeah, it's one of those things that I am kind of okay with talking about. I was like, yeah, it happened. I accidentally hit my grandma's, you know, car on the side of the house. But, my dad's car on the side of my grandmother's house. But the thing is, it's not any worse. It's honestly better than my brother did to our mother's car. Like, here's the thing. I damaged my dad's car. My brother wrecked our mother's car. My brother's okay, by the way. But he wrecked our mother's car. So I was like, even though I just screwed up, he screwed up more than I did. And in the end, that's all that matters when it comes to siblings. You're gonna need this as in the extremes to replace the fish. Exactly. Like, nothing is gonna replace fish. Like, I don't think I could think of something more stupid than the fish comment if I tried. Like, there is nothing that is going to replace fish. What are your brothers in this car? I don't remember exactly how it happened, but I don't remember the specifics because I was away at college when it happened. But it was some combination of him going, like, a bit too fast and, like, turning a little too hard when it came to one of the roads where, like, it like, blew out a few of the tires and, like, damaged the axle of the drivetrain. I don't remember exactly what happened. Again, I was not home when this happened. I've only heard, like, secondhand tidbits because this basically happened, like, a month after I went back to college, and I didn't come home for, like, 4 months after this. So all I knew was, hey, where's the BMW? Oh, the BMW's gone. What? I love that car. It's like, and it just, like, never elaborated on. But yeah, no, it's like, it's, again, when it comes to siblings, all that matters is you don't screw up as hard as your sibling does. You just gotta keep that below that threshold. Exactly, Drogain. Also, one of the mods go grab Drogain's, like, it is traumatic Maxis backstory telling time. How are you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. But yeah, no, like, it's gonna take extreme stupidity to replace the fish. I don't think I can top fish. Like, fish is something special. I will wear that statement as a badge of honor. If and when we ever get around to making merch, that is going to be on a shirt. The fish quote. Just because it is that goal. Fish. I'd buy Max. That's actually heartwarming to know, Mighty Cap. That is actually heartwarming. Like, the favorite one so far for me is The Price is Smite. That's the one that I'm, like, most wanting to get a shirt of. But it's also like, I kind of don't know what to do. We need a shirt of Where Do Fish Live? Where do fish? Where do fish live? Like, it's like we need to get Tin to make merch of Is Australia a State? Of you failing to make that one. What was the sandwich I failed, Bob Dole? What was the sandwich? I can't remember it. I feel like it had something to do with tofu. I think it was tofu anyways. There's a clip, but okay, I'm glad there's a clip of it. Just send me the clip. Moments before disaster. Tofu falling down. Sandwich. Sandwich. Mac is competitive Pokemon genius. I'd assume you've been kicking names and taking acid weekends ago battle event. The last time I played Pokemon Go, Jared, was probably 2 years ago, if not more. I don't play Go anymore. Never gotten over how green it is. So they never experienced the environment. To be fair, Drogain, the Pokemon world wouldn't really have environmental pollution. Like, they don't need cars. Because, like, you are actively encouraged to walk around. I mean, the other thing is, I feel like urban expansion in the Pokemon world would be significantly mitigated by the fact if you go and, like, bulldoze enough Pokemon's environmental habitats, the big ones are gonna come and wreck your house. Like, there has to be this just paralyzing fear in places like Sinnoh and Paldea now, where if you cut down too many trees in the Ursaring Forest, an angry Ursaluna is gonna come and just wreck your neighborhood. Okay, but you gotta remember, Drogain, Galar's Britain. You gotta remember, they're British. Ursaluna's extinct. Tell that to Ursaluna. Tell that to VGC. Regulation D. Competitive Go players need to go inside and stop touching grass. Okay, that is a great quote, Mudkip. That is a great one. Ursaluna is extinct. Ursaluna disagrees. It's like if you just put too much stuff in the water, Dragonite or Gyarados is gonna come and just demolish your face. It's like Pokemon World doesn't need to deal with pollution as much because the consequences of screwing up the world in Pokemon is you will literally have monsters that are more destructive than, like, a military battalion could just destroy everything. It's like, your consequences are worse. I mean, the other thing is, like, with the way the Pokemon, like, world kind of is, humans were always, like, more in harmony with nature. You wouldn't need, like, big, heavy industrial equipment to the same degree we do. Because, like, you could have, like, you know, Pokemon do things. You wouldn't need, like, mailmen could just fly on bird Pokemon to deliver mail. You wouldn't need mail trucks. Consequence of that are Shaman. I mean, the other thing is Shaman can literally just suck up pollution and use Seed Flare. We've already seen this in the Pokemon anime, where Shaman can just suck pollution out of the environment and clean everything. It's like, they legitimately do not need to worry about it. Because, like, pollution just gets turned into Pokemon, like Garbodor and Grimer, but they're literally Pokemon made of trash. It's one of the competitive play these. Just stop touching grass. Ooh, fun. Competitive grass cutting. Hey, Go Dingo! Chairman Rose trying to convert the future energy crisis by Galar as a whole. That's lonesome. Like, again, you gotta remember, Galar is Britain. So it's like, they're the exception. Hey, shiny! It's a shiny Oricorio! Let's go, people! Right as we're roasting Galar! And Iron Valiants had blocked the shiny. One more shiny off the list. Off the list. And it was also a last minute shiny. By the way. By the way. This is a last minute shiny. Go to sleep, 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 go to sleep. You indeed did bring the luck, Bob Dope. You indeed. Someday we're gonna have to shiny hunt the Skysker family when you're around, Bob Doll. You're gonna have to. We need to shiny hunt Skysker. Skysker. So how have you been with the VGC? Also remember, Bob Doll. Leech Seed. Leech Seed. I've heard Leech Seed's apparently pretty good through the grapevine. The next poll question: what is the worst Pokemon region to live in? Kanto! Kanto by far, because it's Kanto. And also, it'd probably be Kalos for me. Yeah, we've already got Phalanx. We've already gotten Phalanx. Phalanx was one of the shinies that I actually had before even starting the Living Shiny deck. So is Spore. So is Spore what? What do you mean by Spore? Oh, for a sleep move. Playoffs is this weekend. I'm playing Stars team. Oh boy. Just remember. Just remember. Apparently, Celesteela with Leech Seed is good. Yes, but the thing is, Spore doesn't work when it comes to grass types or Pokemon with Overcoat, and I don't have a Spore Pokemon prepared. You know, at some point, when I'm about to have a shiny Breloom, I can actually go and prepare a false swiping Spore user. Wrong button. Wrong button. Where the frick did I put that invitation? Oh, there it is. But yeah, Bob Doll. I got the Eagle Scout thingy. It's right here. Again, that was a traumatic day, but also a really good day. We need a false swipe user the thing. I want the false swipe. It's Amoonguss Sus does not learn false swipe. Amoonguss Sus. I still need to get a shiny Amoonguss. Like, that's one that I want to get. Because, like, I legitimately like the shine that Amoonguss has, but I'm not hunting that thing in the overworld. I do not trust myself with shiny Amoonguss hunting. I don't trust myself. Yeah. 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 Get in the damn ball, Oricorio. Ball. There we go, we got it. And that's a shiny. Competitive doubles. Por Amoonguss. Amoonguss. Oh yeah, I've been using Spore Amoonguss for doubles. Yeah, my present competitive VGC team integrally uses a Spore Amoonguss. It is a key part of my team. Ah, two shinies. Two shinies. Here we go. Found any moves by accident. Yeah, someone I'm gonna be hunting for that. Yeah, you guys are starting to see what my next shiny hunt is gonna be. Or at least, like, the vague idea for what it's gonna be. Preparations. Preparations. What are the preparations? You'll never know. You'll never know what the preparations are. Palafin as well. Not really surprising. Palafin's kind of bad. It's a very not good Pokemon. It's a gimmick. I don't have a rock rough enough. You need to evolve it during the specific time of the day. Specific time of the day is necessary. Team I wanted of a regulated days, Urzaluna Indidi, Torkoal Walking Wake. Yeah, you can't use Walking Wake. That is not allowed. I'm not surprised they didn't allow Walking Wake. Yeah, I don't think Walking Wake is going to be legal until we get the DLC proper where it's obtainable in. I don't think we're going to get them legal until the Indigo Disc DLC actually releases. Because here's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting we're going to be able to... I'm expecting we're going to get either the next Paradox raid event before or just after the DLC 1 release. Then, I expect right before or right after DLC 2 release is when it is then we get the final one for the third, and then they're legal. Because I'm expecting they're going to be obtainable standard in the third DLC. Hey, Crimson. Or Shy, is that Shy or Crimson? I forget which one it is. But yeah, I'm fully expecting that I'm expecting they're going to be obtainable within the third DLC, within the DLC. And that's how you're going to be able to get, like, them shiny hunted. And there's, like, sprinkling them in here and throughout. September Rumor. I don't trust leaks. Oh, right, you weren't here for that. But basically, a Drogain, I intrinsically do not trust leaks for one key reason. For the past, like, 2.5 years of Pokemon, they have been completely off the mark. Like, for me, it's whatever the leaks say, I immediately do not... I know that is not what it's going to be. I mean, is it cynical of me? Yes. But it's also, they have been wrong very intensely lately. And I find that funny. So long as it's not freaking Tofu, I won't mess it up. I want to use Claw, Draw, Offensive, Glow Bro. God. I mean, Indeedee is going to shut down Quick Draw, Quick Claw, Slow Bro super hard. Because it blocks priority, and I believe Quick Claw counts as priority? Hello, Casual, how are you doing? How is the casualist of Chikaritas doing? I'm still a little surprised Meganium has not received, like, a regional variant for things, but also I'm not surprised. I'm curious. You use Ultra Head, a few two let's put together. What's it taste like? Well, it depends on what the Fusion Ultra Hand goo tastes like. If it doesn't taste like anything, then it would just be bread. It would just be bread. Yeah, I'm gonna bring something that destroys Indeedee. When you find something that destroys Indeedee, I would love to know what it is. It's more like a pizza. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. My hand cannon is what is Baja Blast? Pizza, mamma mia. I mean, I am half Italian, so it's like It is the food of my people. Yeah, I am half Italian and a quarter German. Mountain Dew thing. I don't really drink Mountain Dew. Caffeine and I do not have an amicable relationship, I guess is the best way of phrasing it. I helped a friend of mine break a Mountain Dew addiction in high school, and I have seen several of my friends have coffee addictions. I have no desire to follow suit. And freaking heck, it's another full odds roly-coly. Full odds roly-coly for charm. This is going in the giveaway shiny bin for you guys. Get the ball, 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 get the ball. Get the ball. In the ball. In the ball, the ball, the ball, the ball, the ball. Going in the giveaway bin. Dinner time. Your shiny luck is leaving you. Shinies, shinies everywhere, but not a drop to drink. I just want the golden doggo. I want golden floof. Dinner time, your shiny luck is leaving. No. No. We're still in a luck deficit right now, Bob Dole. We're still in a luck deficit. This is our fourth sandwich. We've only gotten 3 shinies so far. We're still in a luck deficit. But yeah, one of our next big things is gonna be the mystery shiny hunt. And it's gonna be a bunch of it's gonna be a bunch of eggs all mixed up. I don't know what the eggs are even gonna contain. So it's like, we still got a bunch of starters to shiny hunt. And that's what the mystery hunt's gonna be, to help sort of like whittle that down. Do what go through, casual? What go through? Oh, you got a green thingy! Oh, you got the member! Nice! Weird, a thing didn't pop up. YouTube, YouTube is stream mode. You gotta get better on this thing. You're not popping up with the stuff. Oh, so you'll become a Steel Commander. Steel Commanders, welcome in. Giveaway bin sounds like you just dump all the spare shinies bin with the words free Pokemon. Basically, you're not wrong with that description, Lakeside. Because they're trade giveaways. Every time we fill up the trade bin, I give them away to people. Because I don't need them. Oh, Kaiju Crusher. Is that Kaiju Crusher? Steel Commander is Steel Commander $5.99? I don't even know my own membership tiers. It's weird that it isn't popping up. Like, I know I have the sub box on this. Yeah, sub box is here. Why is it not working? Kaiju. Oh, interesting. Kaiju. Interesting. Thank you for being a Kaiju Crusher. Welcome to the Kaiju Crusher list. Yeah, that's actually a reference to the Kaiju stories that I've actually been writing. I've mentioned these before, but like, that was like the name for the organization that fights the giant monsters, was the Kaiju Crushers, and I was like, I don't like that name. That sounds so cringy as like the name of an actual organization, so I'm just getting rid of it. I just recycled it for my house membership here. Third house, please take one. DEX. Yep. It's basically that. That is pretty much the shiny bin. Please take one. I just want the doggo. I just want the pupper. I just want the pupper whopper. The goodest of boys. Or girls. Which reminds me of something actually, like, really funny. There's a character in a game that I actually enjoy playing that they got, like, they have a three-headed robot dragon. And it's just, like, all of the memes just basically have it be, like, you know, Garyon, the goodest of boys. Like, I love how they have turned this flying metal three-headed death machine dragon into basically a giant, like, dog. It's like, yes. Yeah, in memes. Doggo. In actual lore, giant freaking flying metal dragon apocalypse. I love it. It's one of those names where you hear... Wait, what name? What's the name, Jared? What is the name? There are a few names that just cut myself on the edge. Shadow the Hedgehog, Scourge, like Shadow the Hedgehog can pull that off. Scourge, no. Scourge is just, I cut myself on the edge right there. Ow, the edge, I cut myself. God. What's the name that I cut myself on the edge? You're gonna need to elaborate, Jared. But it is weird that the membership thing didn't pop up. Give me my Sparkle Doge. Sparkle Doge. Roll it. Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow the Hedgehog. Edgy the Hedgy? An announcement. The Shadow the Hedgehog is a... I do love how canonically Shadow's favorite anime is Kill la Kill. I love that. It's like, yes, that's great. Thank you, Death Battle, for that little tidbit of info. Thank you for that little tidbit, Death Battle. I know that some of their battles are kind of bullshit, but it's like, I enjoy the white noise and character overviews. Like, whenever I'm, like, editing or scripting things, and I don't want to listen to music, I will just, like, put on the Death Battle playlist and just have just the white noise in the background. Occasionally, I will, like, actual catch tidbits. Like, some of them, like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, Godzilla vs. Gamera, yeah, that obviously Godzilla's gonna win. Make an announcement, and now one of favorite phrases along with, hey guys, did you know? I mean, my favorite is, I've come here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. Is one of my favorite phrases. Similarly, with generalized nonsense, which is, like, my favorite phrase to say, generalized nonsense. Which, that is much like the fish, and the price is smite, is going to be on a shirt when I get around to making merch. Is just, like, can you just imagine a hat that says generalized nonsense on the forehead? Also, another one that I had the idea for, and this is because of Ash, is Forehead King. I make no promises, Mudkip, but I will hope, possibly. Because we're probably going to be ending off after this sandwich. There's the dog! There is the golden pooch! No, no, no! No, get back here! Get back here! Yes! Goldie dog! Golden retriever! Happy Doge! The goodest of boys. Look at this absolute McGood boy. Absolute McGood boy. The goodest of boys. Goodest of Dorg. They deserve all the head pats. They deserve all of the head pats. We got 20 minutes left. We gotta go for Torkoal. We're going for the turtle! Teenage Mutant Ninja Torkoals. Teenage Mutant Ninja Torkoals. Alright, where is Torkoal? Where is Torkoal? We need the turtle. I mean, I'm gonna be probably Masuda breeding for this one, so I can get a 0 speed IV one. Okay, this is like Torkoal Central. Okay, this is Torkoal Central. Yeah, I'm gonna be Masuda breeding for that one, Lakeside. If I don't end up getting it from this, I'm gonna be Masuda breeding for it. If I don't end up getting a shiny Torkoal from this, I will Masuda breed for a 0 speed one. My plan is there's a few Pokemon I plan on doing that with. But yeah, it's a Masuda breed one. Masuda. Medusa. Masuda da 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 da. Madasuda. Sudamana? Let's be that. Apparently, this is one, so unrelated, but tangentially related because of Pikmin. I'm a little sad they took all the product placement out of Pikmin 2. Because, like, I feel Pikmin 2 is probably the only case in a video game where the product placement actively contributed something. Because, like, it just... the game feels somehow lesser without all, like, the product name, like, without, like, the Duracell logo on the battery. It just... it feels lacking knowing that it existed. Maybe that's just me. I have a non-shiny one, but I'm tempted to Masuda for it. Not guaranteed. Yeah, I already have a 0 speed Torkoal. It's not a shiny one, but I have a 0 speed competitive Torkoal. I mean, so who else is hyped for Pikmin 4? Who is hyped? I am. I know I am. Maybe we do a Pikmin let's play Saga before Pikmin 4 comes out, because like I got Pikmin 3. I got Pikmin 3 for Switch. I can I can get the Nintendo Switch Online that gives me the GameCube access. So maybe we do. They're fun. They're real-time strategy games. It's basically like you got a bunch of little dudes and you coordinate them. The product place makes like, oh, I know that. Oh, yeah. Like that's what like the product placement in Pikmin 2, I legitimately think added something. It's one of the few cases of product placement legitimately contributing and being constructive, which is weird. But it never feels intrusive. Like, that's the best part about it. Never once does the product placement in Pikmin 2 feel intrusive. Does it never feel forced? Because it's you going to Earth and you're just finding discarded junk from humanity. And I think my favorite part about it is, like, them figuring out what the hell this stuff was. Like, the one that I always remember was, the dumbbell, like the 10-pound, dumbbell, was the Doomsday Apparatus. It's like... It's Pikmin time. But I'm looking forward to Pikmin 4. It's like, they're bringing back all the Pikmin. Like, purple Pikmin are back. We saw the white Pikmin in the advertisement. Winged Pikmin are back. Rock Pikmin are back. There's ice Pikmin. There's new Pikmin types too. Like, there's so many new Pikmin. There's so many Pikmin in the games. Like, the only worry I have for Pikmin 4 is that there's going to be so much. Cause like, there's ice Pikmin. There's the three original Pikmin. So like, you know, the blue, yellow, and red. The red, blue, yellow guys. Then there's white and purple, which were the ones from Pikmin 2. Then you've got rock and wing from Pikmin 3. Now you have ice Pikmin. And then glow Pikmin. And maybe we're gonna get Bulbmin again? Look, if they're bringing just all the things back, they might as well just go full force and just give us Bulbmin. Imagine the sheer number of Pikmin varieties it's gonna make. Yeah. Like, my one worry is that they're adding in so many Pikmin, so you can't just swarm a bum rush with, like, 50 reds. Because red Pikmin were the best. Aside from a few specific fights where, like, you wanted, rock Pikmin. Because red Pikmin did the most damage. They had a 50% damage modifier, so basically other Pikmin of, like, the same level as them, essentially, they would always do more damage. They were the fighters. Yellow Pikmin could be thrown the highest. And then blue Pikmin could swim. But it's like, now you have, like, the dog that swims. So it's like, water Pikmin are kind of irrelevant. Like, the blue Pikmin are kind of irrelevant now. In a way, kind of. So it's like, my one worry is that they're gonna come up with very contrived puzzles. The one thing that is a little weird for me is though, like, if this is supposed to be like apocalyptic, post-apocalyptic end of humanity Earth, why is there still like very well-maintained things? Like, why is there no rust? But, my friend Echo said something that like kind of revolutionized things for me. Was, what if we've just been assuming humanity has been extinct the entire time? And humanity is just actually still alive? And we just haven't seen them? Because, like, that would explain why there's, like, that charged cell phone. It would explain why, like, there's no rust on everything. But it doesn't explain, like, why we just haven't seen humanity. Likely enemies you fight in the water. Well, yeah, but again, it depends. Because, like, you can use the dog to attack enemies. It is literally an attack doggo. So it's like, I'm worried they're gonna make the blue boys irrelevant. The blue berets, the boys in blue. They're probably gonna give them like something new now, but I have my worries. Olimar and the Pikmin are just in somebody's backyard. Like that we don't know. Like that could legitimately be the case. Like, the only thing that kind of, like, throws a wrench in that is if humanity was still operating at, like, a functional capacity, then looking for Olimar back in, Pikmin 3 would have been a lot more difficult because of signal interference. Unless it's because now that they acquired the technology, they can filter out the human communication things. Protect your attack, most importantly, he deserves snack. Yes! All doggos deserve snack! All doggos deserve snack! Dorg. Happy Dorg. Dorg. Dogo. It is Doge. Much Doge. Much happy. Many friend. Doggo's our friend. But when people say unconditional love doesn't exist, doggos. They just want to make us happy. Like, doggos do everything just to make us happy. Because doggos are the best things. We love doggos. Wait, Moonbeam. Oh, we get raided. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in for the raid. Undead Levy. Welcome in, Moonbeam. Glorious name. KB Dot. Welcome in, guys. Thank you very much for the raid. If you guys haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But can one of the mods go grab Moonbeam's link? What were you doing today? How did it go, Moonbeam? Delightful. Tell me, yeah? How you doing? How you doing? Doggos are the embodiment. Exactly. Doggos are the best. We love doggos. How you doing? And thank you guys for coming in. Again, if you haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more, you wonderful viewers. Shiny any Pokemon Reborn. Sounds fun. Did you get any shinies? Ooh, you got a good haul. Nice. What did you get? Because so far, we've gotten the shiny Doge, regular Growlithe, a Roly-Poly, and finally got shiny Wingull, and then a shiny Oricorio, which we all need for the living shiny decks. Well, aside from the Roly-Poly, we already finished the Roly-Poly family like a few days ago. But it's doing good. 9 months with Litten. Nice. Best Alola starter, Litten. But all 3 starters at Alola are top tier, so it's like not saying much. They're all top tier. Alola is the only region where I can say I like all the starters and can enjoy using them in a playthrough. There's some others I like with I like all the starters from Sinnoh, but I do not enjoy using Empoleon in a playthrough. Empoleon hurts me. Let's go shiny hunting! Winning! Nice. Actually, speaking of shiny hunting, in a little over a week, we're actually going to be doing a shiny subathon. So basically, every subscriber we get, every shiny we get, we stream for even longer. And we're going to be rotating between this game, Legends Arceus, Sword and Shield, potentially Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, and Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. So there's all kinds of shenanigans that are going to be happening. And that's going to be fun. It's going to be glorious. It does. Basically, the more shadows we get, the longer it goes. And like, we're going to be doing like some Dynamax adventures. We're going to be doing some sandwiches. We're going to be doing some Legends Aztecs. I still got to finish. I still need to finish my my Pokedex in Legends to get the shiny charm. And then I need to get Arceus so I can start shiny hunting Arceus in BDSP. It's a thing. I have a complicated history with Legends as a game. I'm working on a video right now that actually is kind of gonna explain a lot of it, but it's a complicated history, and we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much, Moonbeam. We will look forward to having you arrive. Much like the Winged Hussars in the Sabaton song. Torkoal, appear already. We've hunted you many times, Torkoal. Do you want to be a Masuda hunt? Hey, thank you for the subscribe, Undead Levi. Also, sorry on the delay reaction right there. My brain is smooth. I'm bad at reaction timings. That's why in Metroid Samus Returns, I botched up the parry so many times. I'm very bad at reactions. I'm like Slowbro. I'm like Slowbro. I don't realize something's happened until like 2 seconds later. Put in some bread, but it's good. I say I have managed to reactivate DEX. Everything in-game available on the Switch. Happy living DEX in Scarlet. Nice. Yeah, we're actually working on a living shiny DEX. So like we are in a similar boat as that. Like we're trying to get everything. We are about. Actually, we're over 300 of the total Pokemon in the entire Living Shiny Dex done. Most of them are contained in this game. I'll just intimidate HP. Needed its nerves and didn't get 8. Yeah, it did. Intimidate got nerfed hard in Gen 8. Now, in Generation 8, Inner Focus, Oblivious, and Own Tempo do make a Pokemon immune to being intimidated, and then Generation 8, Generation 9 added in the Clear Amulet, which just prevents stat drops wholesale. I mean, and also, like, Defiant, Competitive, Contrary to a degree, all kind of, like, worked at balancing it out. The funny thing is, like, Intimidate is still kind of a meh ability. It's just, you need a good Intimidate user. That's the reason why, like, Incineroar, when it comes back, Intimidate is gonna, like, see a massive rise. More important, my computer just about to die. Well, we'll be happy to see you in a bit. If we're still live, Moonbeam, we'll still be waiting for you. But this also was our last sandwich of the night. We're actually going on a raid after this. And... oh yeah, we got Bobblehead Link. For those who don't know, we're also doing a 100% run of Tears of the Kingdom. And we got the Link's Awakening armor, where Link is just a freaking bobblehead. And... oh my gosh, Torkoal! That's the Torkoal! Let's go! Flamey Turtle! You are going on my Regulation D team, buddy. You are going on Regulation D. Then I believe Torkoal's a tortoise, not a turtle. Let's go! I gotta do the voice. Let's go! Oh! I love that sound. It's fun to make that sound. Sleep. Sleep. Go sleep, 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 go sleep. Go sleep, go sleep. Let's go. Persuade. Persuade. Now, if this thing has a 0 speed IV, I'm gonna lose my mind. Like, if this thing actually has a 0 speed IV, it's gonna be insane. Because it means I don't have to breed for 1 anymore. Ball. Out of the party. Let's go. Nope. It's not 0 speed. Not marked. Man, I mean, we got a 0 speed IV on our shiny Electros. So it's like, I mean, I'm happy. I love. For those who don't know, I'm a big fan of Electros. If you watch the Pokemon Black and White 2 Let's Play that we did blind, the MVP of that series was Metroid the Electros. And she just carried. Well, she didn't carry. She was just the most fun member of the party for me. I had the most enjoyment when using Metroid. So it's like, we're big fans of the Electrode family. And we ended up getting a 0 speed IV marked Electros, well, Electric. Eventually will be evolved into an Electros in this game. Well, in our Scarlet version, which will eventually be transferred into this game. So it's like, yeah, we good. We good. Metroid loves us. We also enjoy the Metroid game series, so like, there's that too. Manifesting the 0 speed, but it was not manifested. So right now we're just gonna burn the rest of the sandwich down, and we're, I think, calling it a night now. I mean, again, this was productive. 5 shinies. This is a good day. Like this is kind of what worries me about like the shiny subathon is like, what if we get like shinies every 10 seconds? Which we're not gonna get. Like when we switch over to like Sword and Shield, then the shinies are gonna slow down because we're gonna be doing Dynamax Adventures. Because like we still have Palkia to do in Dynamax Adventures. There is still Palkia. So that means when you, the viewers, will be joining in for Dynamax Adventures, we need your A game. We need you to bring your A game to make those A gains. A game, A gains. But it's gonna be, because Palkia is legitimately one of the hardest Dynamax Adventure raid targets there is. I guess this is probably where I'll go hunt for my my shiny Meowth family. Now I'm thinking about it. But yeah, it's time to go on a raid. So let's roly-coly out. I know it's our it's cringy, but like it's our outro. I love it. I'm a big fan of it. Good haul today. 5 shinies. 4 of which we needed. 1 of which is going in the shiny giveaway bin. Because those who don't know, whenever we get a shiny we no longer, like we've already gotten and we don't need it, it goes in the giveaway bin. Does Horse Palkia? No. Horse Palkia does not scare me now that I know it cannot run Life Orb or Choice Specs. Now that I know it is bad, I don't worry about it. I got no need to worry about it at all. Let's go raid Happy Hill. He's doing his first ever hardcore chat lock. Let's send some love. Let's send some love. Hello, Fairy Knight. Welcome in. Welcome in. Again, if you guys haven't done so already, we actually are ending off right now. But tune in tomorrow, Fury Night, for some more shiny hunting. Some more shiny stuff and things. We shiny hunt almost every single day. 1 day a week we dedicate to Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. But every other day we are shiny hunting. See you guys next time. Let's roll the Coley out. And let's go send some love over to Happy Hill. See you guys tomorrow. And don't forget to check out the rest of our recorded stuff. We have many recorded stuff. You will all enjoy my suffering. Goodbye.